it's great to see you again. I'm Abbey Gibb, your personal holistic nutritionist, and this is another episode of Tired Girl Recipes. Why? Well, because nobody's got time for that. Aloha! We are getting very tropical today and combining two of my favorite things, pizza and fruit. What? Yes, please. We are making fruit pizza. So you want to be able, because this is the star of the show here, picking local organic fruit. I got all of this from Staley Farmers Market in Kensington. So make sure that you know where your fruit is coming from. Very big, because it's going to be the star of the show. Another great thing with this, it's totally paleo, grain-free, very healthy. And when you take it to like a party or something, you're gonna seem very fancy, but it's not that hard. We start out with just 3 organic eggs. So break those bad boys off. I got all of these as well over at Staley Farms. Then you mix a little bit of coconut oil and organic raw honey if possible. And then you're gonna add just a tiny bit of vanilla extract, just a little love right there. Now, in general, when you're baking, just a little side note, you always wanna do the liquids first and then the dries. So we're gonna whisk, whisk, whisk. And this whole process, by the way, takes about an hour and a half total, but that also includes the fact that you're gonna put this dough in the fridge for a tiny little bit to harden up. And that's because, unlike ones that you use with whole wheat flour, this needs to harden in order to technically rise. Okay, now let's do the flour itself. The star of the show is coconut flour. Love this stuff because it also adds a great fiber source. And then just a tiny bit of baking soda, a little love right there. And then whisk it again. Now, as I'm whisking, I'm noticing in here that it seems like it's still a little bit wet. So here's another fun trick when it comes to gluten-free and paleo baking, because we use a lot of coconut flour. Coconut flour is fantastic in general for tired girls because we can just throw a little bit more in there and it always absorbs moisture. So if you mess up and you realize that something looks a little too wet, have no fear, just throw a little bit more coconut flour in whatever you're making and you can't hurt. So now let's mix that together. Oh yeah, now we're cooking. Now it's looking like what we want it to look like. Because look at that. That's starting to work. Seems like it might need just a little bit more love. Tiny bit more. There we go. Okay, so now we've done this a little bit longer and it's starting to look like San Diego sand, essentially. So all you'll have to do is push it together like so with your hands and fold it like a ball, just like you would normally for bread or for anything else. You're gonna place it in some plastic wrap and then put it in the fridge for just about an hour, or you can put it in the freezer for about 25 minutes, whatever is floating your boat that day. TV magic, it's now been an hour and you've taken your pizza pan, lined it with parchment paper. This is the bad boy that's been sitting in the fridge for an hour and you pop him out. Now, because this is Tired Girl version, you don't really even need a rolling pin. I don't use a rolling pin. You just essentially want to be able to get it to be about 1/4 of an inch, which is the top part of your thumb, by the way. That's about 1/4 of an inch. And that's how thick you want it to be. So you just kind of push it out. There's no real science to it. You can't do it wrong. This is also really fun for your kids as well. So you're gonna push it out like this. Then you're gonna pop this bad boy in the oven. And more TV magic. This is what it looks like when it's all done. So now the fun part, we're ready to decorate. You have a couple options of exactly how healthy you want it to be. I'm gonna give you the healthiest option, which is to use coconut milk yogurt as the base, but you could also use it with vegan whipped cream, cream cheese if you really wanted to be crazy, but we're gonna do the super healthy version. So I'm gonna take your spoon and just put some on there like this. This is vanilla coconut yogurt, and you're gonna make that as your base. So now we've got the whole base down there. Total another perk. Oh, that yogurt is so good. And then we just put it around in circles. So we've gotten bananas, pineapple, kiwi. Producer Phoebe, do you want to come help me? Producer Ivany? Come on in here. Come on, ladies. Come help me. Let's grab this. Do this bad boy together. All right. Let's dig on in. That is essentially it. Now you can also take a little bit of stevia, coconut, sugar, whatever you want to add on top.
Wow.
But that is literally it. Boom. And how fancy does that look?
So
Looks
good.
pretty good. I am your personal holistic nutritionist, Abbey Gibb. Until next time, bye. Should we eat?
Yes.
Let's eat. Oh, forks?
Ooh.
Forks.